So, Ro, we talked about how you got sentenced to 48 years in something like 2014, sometime around there.
Right.
And I looked up the article from. I went and pulled it. I was interested in looking at it. I read a quote that was in the paper. It said that you owned what you had done, and you wanted to just go serve the time, and that you were eager to get back to the community and help the community when you got back.
Right.
Why was that? Why did you have that thought? And why was that important for you to get back to the community and help?
I think it was very important because where I left off at. Yeah, I did what I did, but at the same time, I was one of the upstanding people in the community as far as with the kids, helping these kids either play football or learn lessons in life. And at my court, my sentencing, they had to actually, something that happened that I never seen before, that they had to clear the courtroom out. And the people who was to see their family get sentenced, they had to clear all the people that came to see me get sentenced. And the reason why I had so many people there, and I had support of all kind of kids and their parents. You know what I mean? So it was a little different. And Judge, I forgot his name. I'll remember his name. But the judge who actually sentenced me, Judge Conley, he told me to look around. Look at the effect that you had on your community. You know what I mean? And look at the kids and look at the parents and look how many single moms there are here.
Right.
And just think what you were to those moms and to those kids.
Right.
So I just, that's something that I had to try to give back to. And I tried to come right back out and, slide through the Erie School District, but they were sort of not, rebelling against the situation. So, I mean, whatever situation I can help, I helped out Rod Jones as far as his little league football, talking to the kids, donate my time out there,
right,
and stuff like that. But I'm always giving back. So that's something that I always look forward to.
So just going off what you said, Ro, you said the courtroom was packed. People who loved you, obviously. I also remember before you went, you had that party and like 1,000 people showed up. So what is it about you, Ro? What is it about you that draws people to you, that people love you so much? What do you think it is?
I think I'm passionate about what I do. I'm a great friend. Somehow, some way, another thing is, like my nieces and nephews, I'm all of my nieces and nephews' favorite niece or uncle. Mm-hmm. Great nieces, great nephews. So there's something there. You know what I mean? I'll give you a coat off my back. You can call me anytime. That's one thing my son and you know what I mean, Mush always say, Dad, every time I call you, or my friends like, every time you call, Bro, you answer the phone. You be wanting to holler at me. Right. You know what I mean? I answer the phone because I don't know when it's an emergency. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I want to be there. If it's something that you need to talk to me about or talk to anybody about, I'm gonna lend my ear. I'm gonna give you the best advice I can give you. And if you need somebody to come pick you up, sit outside, sit in the car, and bust it up, whether it's relationship wise or whatever it is, I ain't the best person, but my ears are open.
You're gonna be there no matter what.
I'm gonna be there. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's what.
Right.
That's why I feel that way.
Yeah, man. I just really love how the community really loves and embraces you, man. Like you're a big part of this community, and we all love you, man. So, Ro, what are some things in the community that you are really passionate about? What are some things that you are working at that you're really passionate about, or that you want to be a part of, or that you are a part of now?
When I'm really really passionate, and it really just got on my plate, and I love to serve now, is MH, mental health, ID, because it's in our community, and I know we have so much pride as African Americans in our community. We don't want to be labeled as, you know what I mean, crazy or whatever the situation is, but that's not it. Like, bouts with depression is big. Mm-hmm. I went through it not too long ago, and everybody, Ro, this is probably the first time I'm talking about it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I talked to one person about it, and she understands the situation, but I haven't talked to no one. It was long nights. It was long, dark nights. Mm-hmm. Like, some people can't make it through those situations.
Right.
And I just want our kids, the adults in our community, when you are going through these bouts, and it's mental health, anxiety, all that is aspects of mental health.
Right.
Like, go get help. Go find somebody to talk to. Like, if you see me anywhere, or if you want to reach out to talk to me about these situations, like, I'm not hard to find. Like, somebody got my number somewhere.
Right.
I'll talk to you because I know how important it is. And our young kids, males and females, are going through this. And one thing about COVID, it brought the light to mental health.
Right.
And it really brought the light in our community. And what we don't have now, like I was talking to you earlier about, is advocates in our community. Like, we can go and say, okay, or play crazy through the Social Security and get $715 a month.
Right.
But some of us really need that.
We really need the help more
we
than
need
money.
to go a little further and get the meds and the counseling to go with it. We need to go all the way and get help for what we're going through.
Right.
You know what I mean? And COVID, it's called a pandemic for a reason. You know what I mean? It took a lot of us the other way.
Right.
And it's a lot of suicide behind it. And it's not, I want to say, like, I don't want to get into the what's COVID, what's not COVID, but suicide ramped up. And a lot of it was covered up with COVID-19.
Right.
So I just want our community, I want every community to understand, like, go get help. Talk to somebody, talk to your parents. We can't really identify what it is until you say something to us
Right.
about
Nobody
it.
knows. Right.
Right. So, it's in our community, and it's well. And I think everybody just needs to, sit back and, ask some important questions to your friends, your kids, or whoever else about how they're feeling.
Right.
Every day. Like, it doesn't matter who it is. And that's usually how I greet people. Hey, how you doing today? And then, they might be like, oh yeah, I'm having a bad day.
A lot of stuff comes out, man.
Yeah, a lot of stuff comes out when you open yourself up. They'll be like, oh yeah, okay.
Right.
His ear open today.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what I'm passionate about. That's what I'm doing right now. With myself. So,
Are you working in mental health field right now? Are you doing that now?
yeah, I'm a mental tech, mental health counselor. I love my friends. I call them friends. They're with me everywhere I go. I'm working 14 and 16-hour days every day, just because, like, they need me.
Right.
And now I feel like I need them because I want them to be successful in life, and I want them to understand that, like, there's somebody out here for us. And a lot of them I work with, don't have no parents or don't have no parents here. And I talked to you earlier about how Warren, it closed down, and Western Pennsylvania is like one of the biggest draws in the country as far as mental health. Like, those people slid this way to Erie, to Meadville, Crawford County, Meadville, all those small towns, they end up coming here because we're bigger than Meadville.
Right.
So all those, we got over 400 or 500 beds that's waiting for help. You know what I mean? So if that's why I'm passionate. That's what I like to do now. So
Right. On the field, man, we wanted to score touchdowns and get big plays. Is that what it feels like to you when you're helping somebody else? Is that rewarding to you? Like, when you're helping your friends out, helping kids out, do you?
I think you could probably understand this. I think I made the big block. I don't want to score the touchdown. I want my friend. I want my client to score that touchdown.
Assist, a big assist.
It's a big assist. It's an alley-oop. I want to throw the alley-oop. I don't want to dunk it. I want my clients to dunk it. I want my friends to dunk it. You know what I mean? Because that's what they do every day. I want them to feel like they had a great day with me for 6 or 7 hours a day. I want them to go up there and, throw it down and hang on the rim, smack the backboard, chest bump me at the end of the day. And call me. All of them got, you don't supposed to give them your number, but call me.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? I talk to you.
Right.
Like, it's not a problem. You know what I mean? So all of them call me the next day, after we done. You coming to get me tomorrow, Mr. Ro? What are we gonna do? We'll find something to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? We'll find something to do.
Right. So, have you found it more difficult since you returned home, like to get work? Have people treated you differently?
You know what? People not treating me different. That I touched on it earlier. People aren't treating me different, and I thought they were, and I had to really go out and see that they weren't.
When I was
treating me
inside
different.
you felt you had.
I felt that way,
right,
because I let them down. I took their trust and went the other way, or whatever the situation. But as far as I don't feel that way. That two two-part question. But as far as being employed, yes. So I got out right before the pandemic, and everything was no. It was no. You know what I mean? Oh, you're so high profile, blah, blah. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, at the end of the day, like, you can fall in the rut. Don't get it twisted. And, you know what I mean? Depression and stuff kicked in for me, and I wasn't doing no talking. I was trying to, you know what I mean? So, employment was hard for me when I went to the people I didn't know and I wanted to get into it, you know what I mean, just work, basically. And then doors started opening up. People start seeing me more active in the community, and they were just like, hey, why don't you stop by and fill out this application? Oh, yeah, I'm going to tell this person and this person and that. And it's just been booming now. I didn't have so many job offers to doing so many things that, you know what I mean? Chantel Hilliard was the first person to give me that opportunity. I ain't gonna lie. Booker T.
Where's he at? Where's he?
Chantel Hilliard is the executive director at the Booker T.
Okay.
After I finished doing, you know, trying to get jobs here, getting jobs there, I went right to Booker T.
What are you doing over there? What do you?
I was helping with the after school program. I was running the gym part of the after school program, monitoring the homework and stuff like that. So I enjoyed it. You know what I mean? And I go back in there now. I was just in there Monday, and I haven't been there since 18, I think. 18 or 19, 18. And I went in there Monday for a meeting, but I ran on the floor where the kids was.
Right.
And it took them a second to realize who it was. It was about 20 kids, and they all ran and grabbed my leg, Mr. Rowe, Mr. Rowe. But I was, you know what I mean? I love that. Right. You know what I mean? I love those kids and the position that I was in.
Right.
And I definitely thank Chantel for, you know, without even a second thought, like, yeah, you know what? Matter of fact, come tomorrow. Matter of fact, don't even worry about filling out the paperwork. You fill it out after your shift.
Right.
You know what I mean? So and boom.
Right.
Put me to work, and, you know what I mean?
Right.
That was it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
right. So other people who were in that same situation, guys are, you know, men or women who was living this fast life, they got some time and they want to get out here and they want to do the right thing. What advice can you give them? And also about on the mindset they need to have. And when somebody tells them no, not to like get discouraged and go back to, what's the reality of that for them?
It's a big letdown, but it's reality, and it's something that we did. It's nothing that the employer did, or, you know, I mean, it might be their policy. I had a couple people, and I ain't gonna lie, Mo. I had L'Arche. I was working at L'Arche. L'Arche is a Christian-based, sort of a group home thing, and I talked to a sister, and they never hired a felon in their life. I actually interviewed, and I didn't tell them on my application. I just wanted to sit down here. When we both came out to interview, we were both crying. And she said, there's no way in heck, Mr. Benjamin, that I'm not going to hire you. And I'll talk to the people that's ahead of me on it. And they gave me a shot. I was working at the Booker T and L'Arche.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there is, you know what I mean? If you show passion in what you do and you show forgiveness, or, you know, you humble yourself, like, there is a chance. But the reality is, like, we put ourselves in that position, and we just got to fight through it. And that's why we're here talking to these young bucks today about not putting yourself in that position.
Right.
You know what I mean? We talked before about all these jobs is hiring, and get ahead of this workforce, because this pandemic thing is not going to last forever. So get in now before somebody with a little more education gets in. Now you got the time, because they want the people who want to be there. Right. Not because they're there because they have to be there.
Right.
So when the pandemic is over, everybody's going to be fighting and scuffling to get that job.
So get in now before that fight that happens.
Yeah, get in there now.
Right. What do you see? So 5 years from now, tell me what role is going to look like in 5 years. What hopes you have? What plans do you have on the horizon?
That's a great question, Mo. I don't know if I talked to you about this, but me and Maurice Goodwine, Chantel Hilliard, and Mike Darnell, we actually in the process of opening up a mental MH residential house.
Wow.
Or a couple houses. We going through a young lady. I don't know if she want me to enter or say her name, but Mary. Mary is Mary's last name is Yule. Mary Yule is, you know, helping me out big time with this with this right now. You know what I mean? Costs a little fee, but I mean it's worth it.
Right.
So Mary's helping us out with the state paperwork and stuff like that. So we're getting close to opening up our own MH, mental health houses, because we got a couple houses that we own under the LLC. So we got that in the making. We also have a day program for the mental health. So you come through the Booker T, you get soft skills in cooking, you get soft skills in typing, computer literacy, soft skills in crafts, arts and crafts, so exercises in the gym.
Right.
So I got all that planned. You know what I mean? I got all that stuff in the works. And in the next 5 years, or I want to say in the next couple months, it's actually going to be booming. And I'm proud of myself because this is a business that I'm putting together.
Right.
These are just the people I brought in with me to help me run it with their years of experience and the toolage of, Chantel Hilliard. But this is something that I put together, and I'm proud, and I worked hard at it. You know what I mean? And this is my passion now. And where else you gonna find somebody who, did what he did and turned his life around and is opening up his own house,
Right.
own houses.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got a lot of support, not just in the community, but like a lot of people higher up want to help me in these positions.
Right.
So, I'm thankful. I'm thankful for it, and you know what I mean.
Right.
And I think I'm gonna hit a home run with this one.
Right. Well, you always been hitting home. I mean, Ro, I remember you've been hitting home runs since you was playing for, I believe it was the Rams back in that. Yeah, then you scored 50 touchdowns.
Yeah.
You just hit. That's what you are, man. And I think that's one of the, people look up to you, man. Just a great personality, and even whatever happened, we all have done wrong. Nobody's perfect.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So right now, Ro, if you were speaking to a group of high school kids, right now, tell me what you would say to them right now about life and about in general.
The first thing I would say, especially speaking to high school students, go to class. Be tentative. Sit in the front of the class. Like get what the teachers get what the teacher is giving. I mean, I need y'all to get your education. And when I was talking earlier about not getting education, I do have education. I just didn't earn the education. It was basically given to me because of sports. If I would have applied myself, I know I could have got it too, but that's not what I was doing. But anyway, apply yourself. Every single day, apply yourself. And if you play a sport, I was talking to Sheila, my daughter's mom, and she reminded me of something that she said to me. And she said, Ro, I remember when we were together and Roche was together, or we had Roche, and my agent told me to come out to the Rams facility to work, to get a workout.
Right.
I was here in Erie. Me and Sheila was together, and I said, I ain't getting on that plane, Sheila. And you know what she told me, Mo? You don't want it. You don't want it enough.
Right.
And I didn't. And I just really realized that I didn't want it.
Right.
I didn't even care. You know what I mean? So I flushed that down the toilet. And I want these kids to understand, like, take these opportunities in life. Grab the bull by the horns. And I want you to choke the bull out. I want you to be the man to choke that bull out.
Right.
And you don't have to play sports to go to the next level as far as the WNBA, the NFL, the NBA, the MLS. You go to school, you play sports for relationships in life. And that's where it actually turned out with me, is my sports, my career. I didn't go to the NFL. I could have went there. I could have been great. But my sports actually turned into my great relationships.
It's your network, right.
It's the network.
Right.
Be humble. Like, be a sponge. Soak everything in. Shut your mouth, open your ears in life. You know what I mean? And those are like some of the stuff I learned, along my path after I messed up. So that's what I would definitely tell the kids. Be attentive. Get the education. That's the key. And then you can do anything you want with education. Can't nobody take that away from you. Can't nobody take that away from you. Dream big. Dream huge. Reach for the stars. Don't don't put yourself in a box. I was in a box, so my box was to get out of the hood.
Right.
But you guys have so much opportunity these days, and I want y'all just to dream big, live life, dream big. And I don't want to run nobody away from Erie. I hate to say it, but Erie's not for everybody.
Mm-hmm.
And I hate to, I mean, I know we want to bring everybody back into Erie and make Erie a better place, but if Erie doesn't fit you, go find somewhere where you fit in at.
Right.
If you think you're a big fish, go to a bigger city.
Right.
If you think you're a smaller fish than Erie, go to a smaller city. Don't be here and be stuck in these situations. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something I would tell a kid.
Right. That's great, Ro. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, we were here today with Mr. Roosevelt Benjamin, definitely. AKA Ro, one of Erie's most beloved sons.
Definitely.
And you know, he was a number one recruit coming out of Pennsylvania. He was top 25 in the nation. He's beloved. I said once again, he's beloved by everybody in the area. I don't care what walk of life they're in. So we'd like to thank Ro for being with us through this interview. And Ro, do you have any last things you want to say before we end up here?
Just dream big, man. And I definitely, and I don't want to put nobody on the spot, but our community, there's a lot of stuff going on in our high schools, around our high schools with guns. And I work out every morning. I'm in the gym with a lot of parents of a lot of athletes and a lot of high school students. And they cry to me every day like, Ro, we need you in this community to help these situations. Like, I don't know if everybody's aware of, you know, people pulling guns out on the kids on their way to school. You know what I mean? I want to put something together. I'm trying to help, like, whether it's me just getting up early and riding these paths and these 3-4 block radius of the school, and just, you know, if I got to walk somebody to school, like, we got to get something done. We got to put our pride to the side of not to put nobody out there. We got to put our pride to the side of these programs. And we got to bring people in who's going to help, who wants to help.
Right.
I don't want your paycheck.
Right.
I want success from these kids. I want these kids not to, I want their first thing is to think about the test when they wake up in the morning.
Right.
Not think about where I hid my gun at before I walk to school and where I'm going to hide it at after I get to school. Because if you hide it outside, somebody might find it.
Right.
So what's the next thing you do? You hide it in school. Now there's another threat.
Right.
Like, let's get it together and help these kids. Like, everybody put our egos, our pride to the side, and let's all, like, dance.
Right.
Let's dance. Let's help these kids
do it together.
make it to the next level.
Right.
In life. Like, that doesn't mean the NFL or anything. That's, you know, whether it's a trade school, and like I said, college is not for everybody. Whatever it is.
Find your
niche.
Right.
Find your niche in life. And if these kids want to go to school every day, pat them on their back.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it was a point in time where they didn't want to go to school.
Right.
Now they want to come to school, and now there's situations surrounding them that they're scared to come to school.
Right.
Or the first thing they do is grab guns. So, like, let's
come together.
Let's come together and
for
just,
the betterment of the kids.
Yeah, like, I mean, I know the school district, y'all want me in the school, but I mean, hey, I'll do anything. If you tell me to stay 3 blocks away, I'll do it. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is, and I'm here to help. And I hope so. I hope this reaches some parents and some students. And if you need my help, you know what I mean, getting to school, getting back and forth to school, like, I'm available.
Right.
Like, I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, those are my hours. I'm great friends with Mo all my life. My best friend is Maurice Goodwine. He works in the school. We work out together. So we'll work out at the Glenwood Y. So I'll just come over there when he come over, and I'll walk the beat. Like, it doesn't matter.
Right.
Like, it's the safety and the betterment of our kids. And what's more prouder than seeing a mom walk or see their kids walk in graduation? I heard a mom say, and she's a great mom, and I ain't gonna lie, I never bring her name up. She said, when we were talking in the streets, I would rather see my son in jail for life than see my son in the casket. Her son is a high school student.
Right.
And you can't even be mad at her.
Right.
Like, she's a young mom, but her son is trying to graduate school, and he's going through everything else with this little east side, west side thing, and we just all need to get together. Right. Whether the old heads from the east side need to get together with the old heads on the west side, and we got to find a way to come together.
Part of our community.
So
right,
it's our community, man.
Right, it is.
And like you said, we are the
We're the leaders now.
We're the leaders now. We're the BHs and Bobby Harrisons. That's who we are now.
Yeah, that's us now.
Yeah. So
Yeah. So thanks, Ro, man. Definitely appreciate you. Leave a comment for Ro on the video. Interested. And if you can't get a hold of Ro, you can get a hold of me at Erie High School. Mari's good one at Erie High School, and we can get you in contact with Ro if you need some help.
Definitely.
Thanks again, Ro.
Yep, no problem.